Hi guys, it's Sheila Shimmers. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be reviewing a new launch, and this one is by Milani. This is the palette right here, and it was an early release on Amazon. Actually, it's called the Gilded Ember palette. It has 9 eyeshadows and 2 highlights, and we're just going to go ahead and open it up right here. But this is how it looks like. I really like the orange kind of packaging. They do release some palettes like this one. I believe they had like the Gilded Rouge, Gilded Noir. I don't know if these make it into actual stores like CVS, but you can get these at Milani.com. Like I said, they were released on Amazon for early release. They'll be getting to Milani.com on July 9th. I believe I bought this maybe 2 days ago, and it retails for $20. See right there on the back, they do show you kind of the names of the shadows and highlights. And then in the inside, you can see that it does have a little mirror, and then you get your 9 shades right there and your 2 highlights. So I think it's really pretty. It kind of shows 2 colors. You have kind of like a corally look, and then you have more of like a pinky kind of purplish look, and you also have this really beautiful yellow right here, which I really like. You get 5 shimmers and 4 mattes, and I feel like some of them look kind of more of like a this one right here, Rose Ember, looks like pressed glitter, and it kind of feels like pressed glitter on my hand. If you can see right there in the middle, the other 2 feel a lot more buttery and kind of like a shimmer, but I really like that shade. I feel like all of them are really beautiful. I will swatch all of the shimmers for you guys. So they are right there. They do feel really pigmented and, like I said, really buttery, except this one because it feels more like a pressed pigment or glitter. And then you get your 2 highlights right here. This one is called Flicker, and then this one is called Molten, and I will swatch those as well. I feel like Flicker is more of my alley just because I really like those champagne-y shades, but they are right there. I believe this one would be a little bit too dark for me, but this one looks really beautiful. So with the shadows, you get 0.11 ounces, and then you get 0.02 ounces per highlight. And I feel like this is a really nice palette. It's definitely good for traveling. You can save yourself a little bit of space having highlights and eyeshadows. And we're just going to go ahead and try it. As you can see, I didn't really put any eye makeup or highlight today. So yeah, let's just go ahead and run right into it. I'm going to zoom you guys in a little bit. So I really want to go into this shade right here. It's called Pyro. It's like a mix between coral and a brick color, I would say. But it just looks really beautiful. So I'm going to be putting this on my crease. I'm going to be tapping out the excess because I do have my face makeup on and I just don't want to ruin it. That is really pretty. Super pigmented from the get-go, so I really like that. I'm going to kind of be putting this all the way through my inner corner, and then we'll blend it out with something a little bit more neutral. So far, I feel like the shades are not giving me any issues, at least this one. This one is a matte one, so I always try to pay attention to the mattes on, you know, drugstore products, but Milani always has like the best eyeshadows, I feel like. Milani and LA Girl are something that I really don't mind spending my money on, because there's other ones like NYX that it's kind of a hit or miss. I don't know, I feel like Milani just has it right, and the prices are also very inexpensive. I feel like this one is more on their expensive range, because I don't think I've ever bought like a $20 Milani palette, but it seems to be kind of a limited edition type of deal. Alright, so I feel like we have our shade right there. The next shade I'll be taking, I'm going to be using just the same brush, tapping off the excess. I'll be taking Golden Hour right here in the center, and this one is kind of like a pinkish kind of shade, and I'm going to be blending this out with that shade. I'm first kind of setting it down on my lid, right on top of that Pyro that we just used. And then I'm slowly going to be blending that out. Wow, that blended out super easy. We are going to retouch Pyro a little bit because we kind of lost the pigmentation a little bit, but that's normal. That always happens. I feel like blending with eyeshadow is just like kind of like a back and forth thing. So I feel like that looks really good. We're having a little bit of kickback, but nothing too crazy. I'm going to go back into Pyro right here with the same brush, and I'm just going to be intensifying that color just a little bit. So I'm just going to be putting it right on the crease and just blending it out. I feel like I'm good right there on my mats. I feel like I'm going to be using this highlight for my brow bone highlight. But we're just going to be moving on to shimmers, and I feel like I want to do kind of a cut crease. I don't know. I feel like I really want to use that rose amber shade. I feel like, I don't know. This looks really, really pretty right there. Alright, so now my cut creases are done, and I'm going to be going into Pyro right here. And I'm just going to be placing this kind of in the outer corner and blending that out. So it all like merges together. There's no separation between that concealer and the shadows. So for this, you want to do a combination of kind of placing the shadow down and then kind of blending it out. I'm going to go into Gilded right here because this yellow is really calling my name, and then I'm going to be topping it off with Rose Ember right here. So I'm going to be using just a flat brush to get gilded, and this one is just a beautiful kind of yellowy, more on like the mustardy side, but I just really, really love this. I'm going to be applying this kind of in the beginning. And I feel like that looks stunning. I feel like now that I'm going with a second coat, it makes the shadow kind of pop a little bit more, so I really like that. And then I'm going to be grabbing that glitter that I told you guys I was going to get. I would say it's a pressed pigment. I wouldn't call it really a glitter. I'm trying to grab it with my brush, and I don't know if you can see right there, but it's not picking it up. I feel like this one is just meant to be used with your fingers, and right now I can't do that, obviously, because I already created a cut crease. And I don't want to ruin my shape. It's really not a bad thing, but I wish I had known that like before I applied my cut crease, because now I don't want to like ruin it. But I'm going to try to just use a different brush. This one is X Spectrum Collection A16, and I'm going into Rose Ember. And this one is picking up a little bit more, so I'm just going to try that. I'm placing this down. It's going to take a little bit just because, like I said, this one would work a lot better with maybe some glitter glue or with your fingers, which I might just do. Oh yeah, it's really pretty. This is like really, really, really pretty. I'm going to be trying to just apply it on the bottom, and then I'll figure out how to kind of get close to that edge right there. Have a little bit of kickback with that one, so I'm just going to be like dusting off the excess, but it's really easy to just kind of wipe it away. If you have textured eyes, you can see that my eyes look a little bit textured with that one, but I feel like it's because I applied the concealer underneath. I wouldn't recommend doing that. I would just go with your glitter with your fingers kind of, and just apply over top whatever shadow you had. I'm going back into Gilded, and I'm kind of just applying this over top again just to really like blend out those two shadows together. So there's no like harsh separation really. I'm going to quickly jump into my lower lash line, and I think I'm going to be taking this shade right here, Pyro, and I'm just going to go with a smaller brush. This one is the Sigma E30, and I'm going to be placing this very close to my lash line. This color is really, really pretty. I feel like they just chose the perfect shades for like a summery look, and I just really, really love it. Now I'm going into Golden Hour, and I'm just going to be kind of blending the lower part just a tiny bit. I think I'm just going to leave it like that. I'm going to jump into the highlight, so I'm going to be using Flicker right here. And grabbing some of that shade, I'm using my Anastasia A23 brush. Like you saw, I applied kind of a lot of it. And I'm going on to my cheekbones. Okay, first of all, that applied super easily. And the shade, it's really, really pretty. It kind of reminds me of the Anastasia and Amrezy. I feel like that is the best definition because it has kind of like the same champagne tone and kind of like the same finish on the face. And it looks really, really pretty. I have a lot of texture and it's not really emphasizing any of it. I feel like this is really, really pretty. Like I said, I feel like the other one is just too dark for me, but I could totally use that one as a maybe an eyeshadow or like a shimmer or something. So now I'm going to be applying some lashes, finishing up the rest of my face, and I'll be back to give you guys my final thoughts. Alright, so the only thing I forgot to do was put some highlighter on my brow bone and inside of my inner corner, so I'll be doing that right now. I'll be taking Flicker right here, and I'm just going to be placing this right there on my brow bone. And then some on my inner corner as well. Alright, so there is a completed look. I feel like this lip is very bright, but I'm kind of really liking it. I feel like this palette is amazing. I really love these shades. The matte shades were kind of super impressive. I wish I would have known that these are kind of like pressed pigments because I wouldn't have gone so heavy with them, but I was really, really impressed. I feel like the highlight was also really, really nice. So I feel like getting 9 shades and 2 highlighters for this price, this palette just feels a little bit like really expensive and sturdy. I was really impressed with this. I feel like Milani's doing a great job at just like stepping up the game for the drugstore. And if you can and if you see this, I would definitely pick this up because I'm super, super impressed with this. You get so many shades that you can use for like your daily looks. You can do more neutral looks with this too. And some of these shades over here. You can even use these 2 highlights as a eyeshadow. So that's really nice. And if you want to kind of like, you know, pump it up a little bit and make it look a little bit more pretty and girly, you can use these 2. I don't know. I feel like I really love this palette. These shades are amazing. I just love whoever put these together. It's like super, super nice. I feel like everything on my face look really nice and I'm really loving this look. I would definitely wear this out if I could, but I really have nowhere to go. So that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I haven't seen anybody review this palette, so I hope that I can help you guys just decide whether or not you want to get it. As always, don't forget to subscribe below, like this video, and I will see you on my next one. Bye!